Hi, this is Ian Wong. You guys can call me Philip, the team leader of Yo-Yo Friends, and today we're going to do a review on the Duncan Toys Evolve. Evolve is Justin Dower, one of my close friends in the yo-yo community, signature yo-yo. Now, Duncan Toys, they popularized yo-yoing back in the day, so they need no introduction. They're basically everywhere. If you go into a retail store like Walmart or Target, you see like free hands, butterfly XTs, all sorts of videos from them. All right. So yeah, Justin Dower, he is reigning U.S. national champion in 1A division 2024, and the two most prominent players on the Duncan yo-yo competition team right now in the U.S. are, of course, himself, Justin Dower, and Thomas Rajan. He is 14 years old, Thomas, and he is one of the best 14 years old yo-yoer I've ever seen in the history in my life so far. So, anyways, both of them uses this recently at the 2024 World Yo-Yo Contest. So this yo-yo must be very good. All right, first look of this yo-yo. Now, actually, I'm gonna give you a history of how this yo-yo came to be. I personally interviewed Justin because I talked to him a lot on Discord, basically every other day, and so I pulled him down and interviewed him a little bit. So, firstly, one of his serial on the Duncan lineup before this happened is, of course, the Duncan GTR JS. That is a bi-metal, but he wanted to make an affordable mono-metal, so they made a 7075 version of the GTR JS and also the 6061 version. So he first tested those two. He liked the 7075 more. This is 7075, of course, and also because now the meta is a lot of zoning, a lot of 360 nextos between everything, goes crazy. I don't know how they don't get dizzy doing all those tricks on stage, whatever. And so catch zone is a very big thing right now, meta, whereas you can, what's it people call it? So competition meta requires a wider yo-yo, and this one he wanted wider. So yeah, 50 millimeter for the second prototype, still based on the Duncan GTR JS. Now, then he told me, he was like, okay, the yo it's a little bit bricky. Then he was confused. He was like, do I loosen the weight? But he loves the power. So we actually talked a little bit because I'm somewhat a yo designer. So he asked for my recommendation. So I told him to add more center weight. The yo-yo I recommend him to look at is Yo-Yo Friends Vulture because it have a parabola for a little bit more center weight. And yeah, and also one of my other friends, also I think one of his best friend in the yo-yo community, Chris Toledo, he's on Yo-Yo Factory, and then he recommended him his favorite Yo-Yo Factory yo-yo, one of his, the Moss. That one also have a parabola cup, and then, so yeah, I think we both recommended him basically the same design idea. We didn't even know we did that. It was actually really cool after I talked to Chris about it. So Justin took our advice, or he didn't. He got outside help, but he just did it himself. Anyways, I just hope I helped a little bit. Take that 0.0001% credit. And yeah, it is a parabola, but this one is slightly raised, so it's got even more center weight than I would imagine than normal Vulture or Moss, right? So yeah, it's all right. So that's the history. So that's the third prototype. After that, he loved it so much, straight to production, and now this is Justin's Evolve. All right, now first look of this yo-yo, wide 50 millimeter, of course. I now, when I see a yo-yo, before I play it, I can touch the yo-yo, see how thick the rim is, how thin the wall is, and I have a basic idea of how it will play, look at the shape. And this one, yeah, 70-75, the wall is decently thin, so they're kind of taking advantage of that 70-75. It's got a tolerance about 1.2 millimeter. For reference, a normal 60-61 have a wall tolerance of around 1.5 millimeter, and the higher tensile strength 70-68 will have lower density, have a wall tolerance of 0.9 millimeter to 1.2 millimeter. So this one, they're really kind of pushing it, and also when I touched the air, one thing that surprised me is the rim. So the rim are actually, there's an undercut here, right? So they're really squeezing the rim out. It's like a kind of even bimetal rim weight distribution. They have an undercut here to lower the weight here and then just maximize and then push it out on the extreme edge outside of the yo-yo. So that is actually very, very cool when I was like filming the yo-yo. So it's very, very cool design philosophy and idea. And diameter around 56 millimeter, not too wide. I mean, not too big, so you can do your chopsticks and stuff. Yeah. All right, so I will have the spec of the yo-yo here. All right, smoothness of this yo-yo, it's around a 8.5 on each side for my fingernail test. It is a 10 out of 10 if you're just doing normal finger grind, or 9.5, whatever. But I'm very, very hard on this because yo-yo fans spoil me with their machining, I guess. But yeah, this one's a little bit, I would say fingernail vibe, but does not affect play whatsoever. So it's definitely an A grade. Yeah, it's definitely A grade, normal A grade. All right, power on this yo-yo is very powerful, especially in the mono metal. Making a yo-yo wider actually makes it more powerful because it is still going further away from the center axis. It is the stability that you should worry, right, when you go wider. And this one, the power is there. 65.5 gram. It's not exactly light, not super heavy. It's in that sweet spot, and because of its wide dimension, and also the rim weight design, it's very extreme. It has a lot of power, so you can power through your 1 minute combo if you're careful, no problem. All right, stability on this yo-yo is actually a highlight here. When yo-yo gets wider, the stability takes a hit, especially if this diameter on this yo-yo, it's not even that big. It's around 65, right? It's pretty normal. So the stability on this yo-yo is actually still good. Once again, because of the rim weight, right? This yo-yo have a lot of rim weight, and that actually, like, you can really feel it. It's got decent rim weight, decent center weight, a very nice combination that I love. Especially you can see that in the yo-yo fans design as well, like the hummingbird and sunbird, whatever. And I see it here too. So very, very good on the stability. Acceleration on this is actually medium fast to, yeah, just medium fast. Because of the center cap, what Chris and I recommended, and probably some outsider, what he made, and also it's raised a bit, so there's a lot of center weight. Normally you would think, oh, that's a bad thing, but since the rim weight is so much, it's fine. Now the yo spins faster and it accelerates faster as well. I'm sorry if I'm not yo-yoing super fast. My finger, it's hurt testing 5 yo-yo friends prototype, and I don't want to make it bleed. So sorry if I cannot show you how fast it is. Top speed on this yo-yo is very, very good in terms of mono metal. I think at the 50 millimeter range, it is the fastest, one of the fastest yo-yo that in top speed, right? I can't even include bimetals in. This yo-yo, it's the top speed, kind of beats them. Why? Because firstly, the diameter is not super big. If your diameter goes a lot bigger, it's a little bit worse in speed. It tanks it. Diameter is there, it's not too big. Plenty of rim weight and lots of power. So if you have those combined together and you just go adding power, I think the stability plays a very, very big role in here. That's how you get very, very high top speed. Just look at how Justin yo-yos, the speed is very, very fast. Okay, so I still can't show it because my finger hurts. Flow and float on this yo-yo is basically not too prominent. There's a tiny bit of flow, but this yo-yo are basically directly outputs whatever the player inputs, right? It's not the rim weight, it's extremely on the outside. It's not like a wilderness or gym pop where the rim weight is spread throughout from almost like 1/3 of the yo-yo here to the outside. This rim weight is extremely on the outside. There's even an undercut for it. So yeah, this yo-yo acts in a way that directly from the input of the player. So there's not much of those. Horizontal on this yo-yo is very, very good. Justin is famous for his horizontal tricks. And this one's very good because of the way this yo-yo kind of accelerates and just all-around performance. You need that acceleration for the horizontal and of course power and stability. And this yo got it all. So in horizontal, it's one of the best in the mono metal, especially around 50 millimeter. It's definitely the best one I ever played in the 50 millimeter range mono metal. So yeah, very, very good in the horizontal department. Yeah, I mean, Justin's horizontal is one of the best in the world. So, I mean, kind of suits him. All right, buying on this yo-yo. Okay, so this is, okay. For me, I use kitty string normal, and I'm slipping all over the place. I just basically unbindable, right? However, he uses kitty fat and he has no problem. I'm not kitty fat. He uses OT fat, original throw fat, and that one is much thicker than this, and he has no problem, and I believe him. So the string recommendation is OT fat, kitty XL, OT XL. I don't know if that's a thing. You might get away with OT normal and kitty fat because those two are the same thickness. I'm not 100% sure because the gap width is 4.6 millimeter, and my sweet spot personally is around 4.52 to 4.55. So this is obviously, the gap width is a lot bigger than my sweet spot, and I use kitty first class normal. So like, you know, don't get kitty first class normal or OT slim. Those won't work. So please get something. Just get OT fat, what Justin himself uses. Get OT fat, you're good to go. All right, finger grind on this yo-yo, 70-75. So due to its surface of 70-75, it's not gonna beat a 60-61 beat blasted or a 70-68 beat blasted, but it's still okay. It's still not bad, pretty good. Thumb grind, one of the best thumb grind I ever played because of the undercut. Your fingernail or your finger, whatever you use to thumb grind, literally locks underneath the undercut, right underneath the rim. I just got an axle knot green. So, yeah, thumb grind is very, very good. Finger spin, I'm not gonna do it. It's below average because there's a raised cap. So even if you swerve around it, it actually hinders you. And there's engraving, so you're touching that as well. So finger spin, not that good. Concluded on this is one of the best mono metal at around 50 millimeter in terms of power, stability, and top speed, especially top speed, because it's not afraid to cram rim weight. It even have an undercut to maximize rim weight on the outside. I think the design is genius, and the acceleration is there too because of the raised parabola cup. And yeah, it is one of the best competition yo-yo at the mono metal 50 millimeter range. Yeah, in my opinion. Anyways, however, if you use kitty string normal or probably OT slim, you're that type of guy, either you change string or don't get this yo, because you're not gonna get by. You're gonna slip all over the place, right? Another thing I can say is if you prefer more floaty kind of yo-yo, you want to work with the yo-yo, not just yo-yo listens to your input 100%. You might like the gym pop or the wireless more, but if you are a person who want to do exactly what you want, 100% output is matching the input of the player, I think this yo-yo at the 50 millimeter mono metal range, it has no competition. Alright, so thank you all for watching, and shout out to Justin, one of my very close friend in the yo-yo community. He also personally told me I am his favorite tall person. I'm not sure if that's cap or not because Gentry Stein is as tall as me, and if he likes me more than Gentry Stein, I'm very flattered. Alright, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time, and hopefully my fingers heal up so I can keep on testing the 5 prototypes from your friends. Bye!